talk about unknown number, the high school catfish, where it turns out it's the mother that's doing it to her own daughter and her daughter's boyfriend, and just how creepy that is, and how that would affect somebody's intimate life, whether you are the victim and if you are the catfish. We have Lauren, who is the girl who was being catfished for about 2 years, and it was her own mother doing it. It was Kendra. I full-heartedly believe that there was some kind of attraction, even though she denied there was an attraction to Owen, her daughter's boyfriend, but just all the evidence and all the pieces that are still coming out from the people who were involved in this case. So let's talk about Kendra herself. All right, so Kendra was not just the mother of this girl, but she would handle the finances. And there's a point where they were doing good, and then all of a sudden they weren't. And it was as if scammer after scammer were getting into their accounts and money would go missing. She would claim that it was just, oops, another scammer getting into her money. And it just turned out that she just didn't have a job for probably over a year, I believe. I know a year for sure, but maybe a little over a year. She took that as a green light to do what she did to her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend. Even after they broke up, she was said to be over in Owen's games, cheering him on even after the breakup. And honestly, that's just very weird. That's very weird. That is very, 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 very weird to me. Why would you do that? Oh, I love him like a son or whatever, but he's not. So maybe just love from afar, maybe focus on your kid. I mean, she was just not in a loving way. We can just imagine how Kendra and Sean, her husband, her ex-husband, now, and their love life was struggling, I'm sure. She was being obsessively attracted to a 13-year-old boy at the time. I'm sure their love life was struggling for a while. Having no job, being fired from it due to a personality issue can be very damaging to somebody. And working through that, you need to be open about it. She was not open about anything to anybody at all. She was keeping it all a secret. And I'm sure that it was just all kind of being piled on. The lies, her lies, lies after lies, and then a secret life of harassing her own daughter and her boyfriend. And yes, even though people do react a little differently intimately to stress, some people use spicy time to de-stress, while others just can't find uh, a libido whatsoever when it comes to stress being piled on top of them. I don't think that these two had a very fruitful relationship when it came to that stress. I'm sure it did pile on, and their physical, intimate life was probably very, very strained. There are cases I've studied and heard some cases from other psychologists that have talked to and treated people who are attracted to underage people, and it is not good. It is not good. They do have a resentment towards themselves and their partner, their adult partner, because they are not who they are actually attracted to. I'm not sure if it's because she's seriously attracted to younger people, like minors, or it's because she saw what her daughter had and she said, I want that. That I don't know. That I do not know. I mean, there was no history revealed on the show or anything saying that she had an attraction to other, younger boys, but it was to this specific boy, and it was her daughter's boyfriend, a relationship she saw up close and personal that her daughter was confiding in her, and telling her how awesome he is and how great he is and stuff. And maybe she latched on to Owen because her daughter found him such a great boyfriend that her mom just couldn't help but compare her relationship to Sean, and then her daughter's relationship to Owen, and said, "Oh, I want me a relationship like that." And just started obsessing over it, and he became an obsession. So that's my thought in this. I'm not 100% sure if that's the truth. She could just be attracted to minors completely, but I'm not sure. There was people who did say she loved attention. I could see how maybe her marriage wasn't giving her enough attention, and she saw again Lauren and Owen and their relationship and how much attention they would feed each other, and she grew jealous of that and then fixated on that, and just in some fantasy world of hers was like, Owen is the one. He would give me the attention I need and want. I love that attention. And they did spend some time together. So having that bond with him, I'm sure, didn't help her fantasy at all. I feel bad for Lauren. I don't think she was involved whatsoever, but some people are going to say she was. They're going to say she was just because sometimes it's hard to believe. I know when I saw the documentary, I was like, this is kind of hard to believe that this mother did it. Like, they revealed the mom did it, and I was like, no, it's probably somebody else pretending to be the mom, right? No, no, it was her. It was her. It was her. I don't understand it. We can just know that building up to this revelation of sorts, that her relationships around her were definitely just suffering. And she tried her best to pretend to just keep going, to pretend to have a job, to pretend to love her daughter, even though she was turning around at the same time and telling her to unalive herself very frequently. Okay, if that doesn't say I'm jealous, I don't know what does. Some people say that her daughter did unalive herself, that Kendra would just use this as a way to gain sympathy points and attention from people, and I definitely could see that. Anyways, I feel bad for Lauren. I don't think she's going to have a relationship in a very long time. I think every time she meets somebody or even family around her, she's always just going to have that voice in the back of her head being like, do you secretly want me to unalive myself? Are you going to betray me in some way? I have to protect myself now. It's tough. Ugh.